Why is it important to stay calm in the midst of a storm? Because it's for you. It's not for others. And obviously, if you get to a level that you can serve others with it, that's great, fantastic. You really update yourself. But most and for all, it's for you. Because when things are really falling apart, if you get into the falling apart of it, you will fall apart. And to tell you something, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's what needs to happen. And when that happens, you need to allow that to happen, because if you don't have control and you do all your efforts you can to maintain yourself and contain yourself, and what happens is you continuously fall apart, then let it. Maybe your call is to surrender. And I have a feeling there's a lot of people around the world, especially in Europe and the Western world, that need to fall apart, because what's happening around us is the structure that we so no, I wouldn't say lovingly, but let's say we are all very aware of that it's existing out there, is falling apart. And people need to mourn that, and people need to mourn the people they were that believed in that structure, that thought that the structure was made for them, to support them, to make their life easier, when in reality it was just another way to enslave them like anyone else around the world. So the slaves in Europe are far more comfortable than the slaves in Africa, but they're both slaves. Poverty is a mentality. But why is it important to allow yourself to fall apart? Because once you fall apart, it's like the tower card in the tarot. You have no escape. It's either that the tower crushes on you, either you jump out of the tower, which is a few floors high, and you crush. Either way, you're going to get hurt, and it's always coming as a surprise. That wasn't a surprise. This has been building up for a while. But it's a surprise because you never believed that that would happen, and now that it's happening, it's a shock, and that shock leaves you with two choices: either either it crumbles upon you, either you jump off and get hurt from jumping out and leaving it behind. Either way, it's gonna hurt. So choose what hurts less for you, or what's the most convenient way to be hurt, because you're gonna be hurting over the past, hurting over the world before COVID, or hurting over the world before 2012, etc. Hurt, release, grieve the person that you were, grieve the society that you lived in, grieve the countries you believed in, grieve the system you so dedicated to save, like democracy, who are not serving us for so long. And so grieve that, let it go. And by doing that, you will release yourself and be able to start building a new structure with stronger foundations, where in the midst of a storm, you will be very, very calm, quiet, and composed. Make that your spiritual goal. And let me tell you, it will take you very far, especially in these turbulent times. I love you. You're so loved, you're so welcome, and you're so guided and protected in this world.